Hello, everybody. I'm Isk, and sorry it's taken me a while, but uh, work's actually been kind of kicking my butt in terms of hours. Switching jobs, always fun. Anyway, decided to get around to watching the Ruby shorts. I've not seen more than the first episode of Chibi Volume 2. I will probably go and do a marathon and clip out, or I may just watch it anyway. I don't really know. But I do want to get the shorts out of the way. This first one will be Weiss's, and then I'll do Blake's right afterwards. So let's see what we got. Hopefully this doesn't... Always nice to hear the music. There's that moon. Here's that weapon I can never pronounce. Are ponytails in the center? Huh. So keeping similar art style as last season. Which is fine. This volume is likely to be more of a middle. Those look like the ones summoned by Winter. Which, is she summoning just to kill him? That seems kind of rude. So you're using the platforms. That's different. Not seen her use it to increase the power of her strikes. Oh, that's a neat effect. I kind of like these. These are neat. I find it interesting she's gone with a gravity. With a center, it's still concerning. She's still dancing. Her style seems certainly much more dancey now. Oh, that's a neat effect. So I've always... Mirror Mirror 3. Interesting. So is Winter doing it? Which does that mean Winter is complicit in her running away?
I'm not always going to be around to save you, Weiss.
I'm sorry. I'll get better.
You'll have to if you ever want to leave.
If you ever want to leave. Her trailers seem to be very memory relevant. Or Ice Queen and Snow Princess. That's neat. Talking about, I didn't listen to the lyrics too much. I was kind of wrapped up in the fight. Hers have certainly been, both her trailers seem to be very, take place in memory. I'm trying to figure out where that one might lay, though. Because with Ruby's at the beginning of the last one, it was quite clear, about when it was taking place between the volumes. This one, at the end of Volume 4, Weiss had left her father's manor. And in leaving the manor, and so we didn't see Winter at all last volume. It's possible if she went to Winter, she does adore her sister. However, I'd be willing to bet as of the end of Volume 4, Ironwood did not know. Imagine he learned very shortly after, because Jock is not known for being the nicest person around. Anyway, let's look at this. Looking at the quote underneath it, premieres October 14th, which is nice. All her life, Weiss Schnee has lived a privileged and pampered life, but it did not come without its own hardships. So this one didn't have nearly as much of a victory as Ruby's did last volume. So, and while in her original trailer it was a bittersweet victory, and the more we learn about, the sadder it got. You can look at. I did a video on Weiss's summoning, which I'm actually surprised it didn't show up in this. It leads me to believe it may have been before she actually left. Where I do go in and talk about why she had problems summoning and some of the different problems with the previous trailer that she had. She didn't want to use the dust to win that fight. And so this is a little interesting for a number of reasons because of that. Anyway, I've got two I wanted to watch. Wow, it started up real quick. Okay. Going into Blake's, we see, menagerie, bunny, deer, goat. So we left her of her wanting to take back the White Fang, take it back to a more Martin Luther King instead of Malcolm X.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
This is going back to before.
Why'd you join the White Fang?
Same reason as you.
Ilya, which I did actually know beforehand.
Why fight when I pass for human?
This was certainly before.
It's okay. You're not the first person to ask. I know I look just like any other human girl. And for years, that's how I was raised. We lived in Mantle with the other faunus working the mines. But my parents wanted something better for me. They managed to enroll me in an Atlas prep school. Imagine that. A little faunus girl from Mantle going to the city of dreams.
No, she's from Mantle. It's
I felt like a
neat.
princess. But I had to follow a set of rules.
His son becoming a police officer type. Oh, that was rude.
No bringing friends home, no talking about my parents, and absolutely, under no circumstances, was I allowed to change colors. No one could know I was a faunus.
So this is certainly before anything we've seen in the show, actually.
It was confusing at first.
Or at least that was. This is
hard.
more relevant to
Being an
Volume 4.
Sometimes the other girls would say things about the faunus. That they were
He's gonna have a bad time.
dirty or they lied, and I'd say those things with them. Because I felt like I was one of them.
His son actually being a police type guy.
And then,
It's
one day,
kind of funny to me.
there was a cave-in at the mines. I was at school when the news broke.
Going back to Blake's old outfit.
Apparently one of the workers tripped while handling some agitated dust crystals.
Ooh.
The explosion caused a chain reaction. And my friends snapped.
Yeah, son, always gotta be show off.
I lost control. Every inch of me turned blue as I wept. And suddenly, all the girls
It's a neat trick.
laughed and played with were scared of me.
I'm sorry.
Did her eyes change too?
I broke their teeth.
Yeah, they did.
What happened?
He got away. I'm sorry.
Huh. We knew Ilya was fond of Blake. I still like her hair thing. Amuses me. And show them how you smile, huh? She does not look like a happy kitty in that one. Anyway, oh, really interesting. There really wasn't that much combat in this one. Which is really weird, especially for Blake's story. Now, of any of them, if any of them wasn't going to have combat, I would suggest it might have been Weiss. But besides, there was some action in this one, but not really any combat. And if I remember correctly, let me skip back here. It's something I've mentioned before is the micro expressions. You know, the little quirks, like with Weiss, it's a lot of it's more obvious. You see her eyes move, or more recently have been more obvious to me. But you also see a lot of them from Blake, especially early on, with the eyes, the mouth. And let me see if I can... Right there. She's not wanting to fight Blake. She doesn't like, or she's not happy with Blake, which we saw in the last volume quite easily. But she also doesn't want to fight Blake. You know, she still misses that friendship, and she did look up to him. We saw that with the Fennec brothers, or the Fennec brothers. They're actually kind of creepy the more I thought about them. All in all, I don't see either one of these bringing quite as much hype as the RWBY one did. Which in part, it's RWBY's, you know, much like our trailer, was very combat focused. Weiss is both, you know, very memory driven. This one doesn't really relate that much to Blake's. You know, this one, similar to how Blake's trailer, this one seems to have more direct plot relevance than the others. Oh, the others certainly have their plot relevance, but this one seems more... I don't want to say empty, because that's not the right word. We do see some things going on. But in the grand scheme of things, this one doesn't really have that much... I don't want to say this. This one doesn't seem to have that much in it. It's, you know, form but no substance. You know, at least with Weiss's, we see, you know, interaction between her and her sister. we see, her combat skill improving. We don't see really anything of that in this one. We get a little bit of backstory on Ilya, which, I love. I've been forced to focus more on eyes, after rewatching some things. I'm real bad about noticing color and aesthetics. It's not something I focus on ever. I'm not that much of an artist, as you can see by I've got, over there. One of the comics I was going to start done, which I transferred to the computer. I actually really like how this one came out. I've got a little Weiss down here as well that I did, and then I did like a ghost version that was actually kind of disturbing, as it was just like her hair and eyes. But in Weiss's, you at least got a feel of what was going on. In RWBY's last volume, you see some of the them going through the different village. You see her talking with her team or improving her skills. The only thing different with Blake is her using the Gamble Shroud to trip the White Fang member. And you see her choosing not to go after Ilya, which she was certainly capable of. But other than that, at least of right now, it may change as I watch more reactions, or I watch, what's the word I'm looking for? As I watch the volume itself, I might see more. But right now, this one seems kind of hollow. It's kind of a shame, really. Because Blake is one of the characters I most relate with, and is one of my favorites, even though I do understand all the characters, which I think RWBY has done really well. Anyway, I'm Risk, and I think that'll be it for me. Trying to figure out how to get back into this. I'm Risk. I hope you have a good day. Bye!